giggle,
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 giggle, giggle.
Son, please don't open it in here. I have a certain image of you, and I don't want it ruined by seeing you giggle like a geisha. Giggle like a geisha. Giggle like a geisha.
I don't understand.
Why are you doing this? I heard you giggle, giggle, giggle. Heard him giggle. Took me to a man. Who was he? Who was he?
Yeah, I know he's a ripoff, but I can't do morphine. It makes me sick to my stomach, and you just make me giggle. You just make me giggle. You just make me giggle.
Do I look like a fucking clown to you?
Clowns try to be funny. You're just unintentionally hysterical.
Shut your giggle hole and open the damn case.
You're a nice girl. With your sweet little drinks and your giggle, but you're not playing in the little leagues anymore.
Put out your hand.
Why?
Put it out.
While right outside the bar...
I know what the shape of a banana reminds you of, and I know that when I say nuts, it makes you giggle. But do you have any other response to here's a banana with nuts?
Tequila in the parking lot. I passed out twice in the essay section, and I giggled uncontrollably when I read the word Uranus.
Strays and race down this same hill. Hop on.
I don't want to hop on.
Seriously, you'll get the giggles.
I don't want the giggles. I win.
I have got to get a photo of Lily. Teddy's making her giggle so hard.
Oh, well, everybody loves Teddy, so...
This place sucks so bad.
Sure does, Giggles.
One time.
You know, for the first couple months, whenever I would take off my bra, he would giggle and say, "Oh boy, my breast friends."
Stans Luger? No way. He pulled that off a dead crowd's fingers on the Rhine and shot the guy in the nuts just for shits and giggles.
Can I just see it?
You can see it from there.
Creep. Creep. Creep.
Creep.
Creep. You're up next, you little creep. Little creep. Little creep. I've been saving something special for you, Mickey. My boxing days are over.
I'm not looking for... But I'm still grateful that you're not a creep. Creep. Creep.
Let's not jump to any conclusions there. I had kind of an internal debate about showing you...
Up in Garland?
Yeah.
What a creep. What a creep. What a creep. Told me not to forget my swimsuit and aerobics outfit.
I hope you told him to fuck off.
In 1 month?
And 1 month. I knew it was a creep.
What do you think it's for? Children of the cornhole?
Unbelievable. You know what? I'll do everything else if you do that. Those sleepers, ugh, you know they creep me out.
No.
Come on.
It's your turn this time. What's wrong with everything? I'm not American Apparel. I'm not the creep that came up with those Bratz dolls.
All men like young girls.
Oh, that's what society's trying to sell you, but you know...
But then she had the nerve to call him a creep. Like she was too good for him.
And if he likes her in that sense, it makes it even worse. I don't want Mom mixed up with the sort of creep that would have her as a fetish.
Ma, this little creep keeps hogging the bathroom.
Chris, let your sister use the bathroom, please.
Yeah. They say to take their pills. They say don't be a creep. But how can I get better?
Are you crying? Well, because I'm going to miss you, Shelly Bean. Even though you creeped the bejesus out of me.
Gist.
Gist. Gist.
Just. Gist.
He actually called you Stompy with an E. Check his gist was. Gist was. Gist was.
You took my stereo?
Get out of my house, Stomper. I ain't got no stereo.
She was all, "What do I care, bitch?" And I was like, "Look, do not start with me."
Okay, I get the gist. Gist.
Basically it. You knew that Ken had tried to kill himself.
Right.
Say it!
Josh, let him speak. The gist is the same. The gist is the same. The gist is the same. I authored a bit of how I came to it.
You met with Tom Duffy.
Yeah.
What'd he want, Stephen?
The gist, he wants to hire me. He wants me to jump ship and come and work for him. This is...
Do slower, please. I mean, I get the gist.
I trusted you!
Save some money because you're gonna need every dime.
Well, the gist of it was, you know what? I'm done with this family. I hope you saved your money because you're gonna need every last dime now.
Anyway, the gist of all this is the more scalps you have, the more power you have extracted from your enemies, and the fiercer you therefore were on the battlefield.
This is going to be difficult to hear.
And then the doctor said a bunch of medical stuff that, well, the gist of it was this. I can't have a baby.
Kate was tied up. Desmond had a gun on me. I think you pretty much caught the gist of it.
Of course, I'm getting this secondhand from Peter, but the gist of it is that you lack entirely in leadership.
I know what we promised, and we're going to stall. Don't disseminate the draft.
But you know the gist of the bill. I don't see why we
Lori.
can't. All right.
Resemble.
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 You know, people said I resembled him as a young man. I resembled him as a young man. I resembled him as a young man.
Get comfortable. Heat you up some soup.
I was drunk, okay? I was drunk, and you resembled someone else. That was not anything I did.
Oh, nothing, just...
It's this thing that Jesse and I do, or to take this thing that resembles like a tiny little penis, and then we like,
He did not say a word that I heard, but very strongly resembled the boots.
It resembled Kay, so you could make love to her, and he could then beat her to death.
We're gonna let both men know that there is a baby that resembles baby Caitlin that has been left here with you. Now we're assuming...
If they rise to fight for their home, it will not resemble the fields of battle you know.
Mikola Altan, he most resembles the dead traitor we found in the car.
They always hide.
Usually by seeking out a structure that most resembles a hive.
Stay. Our mosquitoes resemble small buzzards. I'll be fine.
In 20 years' time, life on Earth will come to resemble the myths of the ancient Greeks.
Overlap.
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 Do a deal.
You need to call Jamie.
I called Jamie. He doesn't want us. There's too much overlap. Overlap.
We've spoken to him. He'll do it.
Did your work on Pied Piper at any time overlap with your scope of work or Hooli business?
Blinks. There will be overlap, maybe even enough to...
Tito, are you listening to yourself?
Maybe. Just there was a time, a little overlap when I was trying to break things off with Denise.
Debris orbiting at 20,000 miles per hour. Current debris orbit does not overlap with your trajectory. We'll keep you posted on any developments.
Adam here. Actually, there's a lot of overlap between real estate and sex work.
I know the man. So does Percy, which makes sense because they overlapped at the agency. It does
Much more extensive job.
Right, I get that. But I feel like there's some overlap happening.
There's a lot of overlap. We were definitely working on the same design, but she has some pieces I was missing.
Next. So the clean part here must be where it overlapped, and then the darker part must be where it came in contact with the skin.
10 million into your If their definition of budgetary conservatism happens to overlap with mine, that's
Curtis.
a function of...
Impart.
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 Tony?
Shaman Little River is a fraud, Angela. He has no wisdom to impart.
You, a trained anthropologist.
Thank you. Thanks so much.
So I'm going to impart some of the wisdom of my years on you.
And I could really use some of that.
Everybody loves their soldiers until they come home and stop fighting. You understand what I'm saying?
Council doesn't have security clearance for this skiff.
Excuse me?
The data to be imparted is highly classified, and it requires a security clearance only available to His Honor.
Your Honor, the AUSA cannot...
The information I'm about to impart to my daughter would compromise you beyond the comfort of deniability.
This one on your legal team.
No, she's not joining my legal team. She's merely here to impart some pertinent information.
Copies of the Grayson Manor property.
You are an officer with 20-plus years experience, and your job was to impart some wisdom on fucking baby Huey over here.
Well, this is... We need your insight.
Any insight I had has been imparted long ago. You're ready, Becca. You and Claire. You're ready.
Cravings. You know what this thing does?
It imparts a grim stampeding inhumanity against anything decent.
Embed.
Embed. Embed. Embed.
Embed.
What is it, Hutch, the injured squirrel?
Torn skin embedded in the bark. Embedded in the bark. Embedded in the bark.
Well, you are officially embedded.
Coffee?
Staring at an aneurysm that's embedded deep, that's embedded deep, that's embedded deep into a patient's frontal lobe.
Yes, you did figure out my embedded clue in the drawing. That's true. I suppose I have to give you some credit for that, but...
I went over to Iraq during the shock and awe show and refused to embed with the troops.
You had a prime opportunity to embed yourself right beside your target, and you turned it down because you despise him.
Day to day, and we're not gonna find them talking to corner boys.
Unless we're embedded. Some high ground.
Where is that?
Give me a little time. I'll see if there's a GPS embedded in one of these JPEGs.
Exit pipe.
How much is that gonna cost?
Oh, God, it's embedded in the concrete.
There were seashells embedded in the plaster and the walls.
Treaty shirt. It embedded me with the memories, or it with the memories, or...
They got this laser focus embedded in their DNA.
Absurd.
Absurd.
Absurd. Absurd. Absurd.
What if I was?
That's absurd. That's absurd. That's absurd.
You imagine that you and I...
The concept of a soul is a little absurd. But the idea of trading it, selling it is...
Well, Mr. Patterson, your balance is $12,243.67.
That's absurd. That's absurd. That's absurd. I use the card for gas and for coffee.
I'm showing...
What? Are you jealous?
Jealous, don't be absurd.
Champagne calling. You coming out?
Clearly the idea was absurd. And I hope Miss Havisham will take what pleasure she can in knowing that I am as unhappy as she ever meant me to be.
Then Kilai. Don't be absurd. If you know help, you Kilai just the same is true. You know it.
One of those points is not absurd.
It's absurd about a change of heart. What this guy believes is making him a better person.
Kill Hitler.
Don't be absurd. There are rules. Rules that can't be broken.
This is absurd.
She's lying. I didn't do anything. Percy, I swear. They're movies. Are you expecting me to come up with an example involving a real-life time machine? It's absurd.
This bed frame, it's overcompensation. It's absurd.
Well, I mean, this room, it does have the best view, Daddy.
That is absurd.
Blend.
Blend.
Blend. Blend.
Blend.
I create the distraction, you blend in and find Zach.
How am I supposed to blend in with a bunch of messed up teenagers?
You want to go in there and mess this guy up? You want everyone to recognize you? You gotta blend in. You gotta blend in. You gotta blend in. Dress nice. It's a wedding.
Garbage and needs pig manure. Special blend.
Sure smells like it.
Get ready.
Hey,
Start to blend in. Look old.
check it out.
Party could go on for hours. Fentanyl blended with oxycodone made for a much more interesting day at work.
I agree. You don't need all this kumbaya shit.
Excuse me? I've blended in, okay? I'm an influential member of this community now. Have some respect and act.
All you have to do is blend in and act like you belong here.
Ah, perfect. Well, hi there. I'm a cowboy.
Big boy, we got two specials today. This is what you want to check out. The Granddaddy Perp. It's actually purple. It's an indica sativa blend. The flavor is bellissima.
Tasted the anthrax?
Upon tasting it, I realized it was a harmless blend of talcum powder and baby laxative, but no one here...
You won't even know we're there. We'll blend right in.
Doesn't work.
That blended to the wild.
I think the other word for that is disappear.
Put these jackets on. You'll blend in better. We're in and out, gentlemen.
Grope.
Grope. Grope. Grope.
Grope.
Get you to stop being so crabby. And you refuse to let me help.
Oh, and your idea of helping is letting Tim just grope you, grope you, grope you?
Hey!
You're right. He thought it would be fun to arrest my fiancée on some fictional prostitution allegations. He insults her, gropes her, gropes her, gropes her, cuffs her, and then he takes her away.
If you don't mind my saying, Megan, you seem very calm and composed.
He just groped me. He just groped me. He just groped me, okay?
No, it's not okay.
Oh, no, there's nothing abnormal about it. When I was 12, a hobo clown groped my breast at a birthday party and made this old-timey honking noise when he did it. Apparently making it funny makes it okay.
Did you ever agree to go see a chick flick with your wife or pretend to enjoy classical music?
Stravinsky never groped my wife in a Midtown hotel room.
So we got groped for nothing. If he doesn't want to stay alive...
Yeah, I know. The feds towed away my Maserati. My husband is a felon, and I spend my days getting groped by fat tractor salesmen at trade shows. I am well aware things change.
You know, America, tonight I've been groped, stepped in puke, and until 10 minutes ago had no idea I would be on national television.
I think he really, really meant it. Oh, sweetie, I know it's nice to be groped by strangers, but nothing beats the rush you get when that one special person looks at you.
No, just the thought of a lap dance actually makes me woozy. Like, do I grope? How do I go about doing that in like a non-offensive way? Like, do I make eye contact, or is that...
Rancor. Anchor, rancor. Subheader, Will McAvoy gropes in the new year.
What? Dylan Kagan gropes through the trailer park of American jurisprudence for what he calls oh my god stories.
We grope around in zero visibility, hoping we grab onto an arm or leg.
Illiterate.
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 On a computer? I guess you could, but...
I'm so computer illiterate. Computer illiterate. Computer illiterate.
You know he's illiterate. He's illiterate. He's illiterate. Don't you? Oh, he can read well enough. How else could he learn his lines?
Don't be oversensitive. He's calling you illiterate. He's calling you illiterate. He's calling you illiterate, not your race.
No, okay, good. I don't need...
Wait, so he just spelled ghost ghost. What kind of illiterate bitch-ass ghost is this? Like...
Please, can you please use ghost in a sentence?
Have you ever noticed the number of things Dad is capable of expressing just with the word fuck?
Trying to say Dad's illiterate?
No, I mean, he's a good old boy, so you know he talks to be understood, not just to sound good. So from him...
Everybody check their supply bag. You should all have breath mints, a portable fan, and a copy of Padre Rico, Padre Pobre. If anyone's illiterate, I have a few copies on tape.
Okay. The anniversary of our first date is next week, and this is how he celebrates. Fucking an illiterate.
Cheating?
Probably got Michelle Maloney. Sits like Katy Perry and her head hasn't been right since she started huffing.
Album.
Album. Album.
Album.
Album.
Yeah, I love Graceland.
Oh,
It's so good.
that's my favorite album. Favorite album. Favorite album.
About like that elephant rescue.
What about your album? Album. When it went gold, you sold 500,000 copies.
I bought 498,000 copies myself.
Beatles record. It's the White Album. White Album. White Album. It's an original first press.
What album is that on?
Second. I want to say second.
I'm starting an album for you. I'm going to put everything in it. This is just the beginning.
We still going running?
Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, look. Look, I found this photo album with these pictures of my mother and my sister.
Hey, do you like music? Yeah. This is my favorite record album. My godmother gave it to me for my birthday. She lives in France.
Been there. How's your mom? Oh, she's hanging in there. Yours? She hates my last album.
Not a snitch. You know what would happen to album sales if people knew y'all were here? Mr. Davis, your cousin doesn't want to cooperate. We'll bring him in.
I just bought a Kesha album. I'm so ashamed.
All replaceable. We've got the computer, we've got the photo album.
You got the photo album?
Yes, of course I did. I think I forgot.
Glitter.
Glitter.
Glitter. Glitter. Glitter.
You want to make a comb sheath?
A what?
It's a cool leather holder for your comb, and you can decorate it. I've got beads and glitter, and all kinds of stuff. Do you want to?
Here, I'll tell you what we're gonna do. We are going to stuff each one of these gift bags with a headshot, some glitter, some glitter, some glitter, and a decorative hand soap. And we're gonna send them to every casting director in town.
A protest?
Rita, I want the word pedophile to really stand out. Do we have any glitter? Glitter? Glitter?
Her ears are pierced 3 times, and there's glitter nail polish. It looks like town to me.
Many centuries ago, a Chinese poet foresaw a Hong Kong that glittered like the stars in the heavens.
You warned me about the publicity, and I barreled ahead. Gold and glitter in my eyes, heedless, reckless.
We supply the glitter, glue, the crepe paper, and the ready-made template pages for you to decorate and fill out with my favorite birthday.
Forgot the joke.
Oh, he's about to be harassed, all right. I'm gonna spray the bastards with ink and glitter. It'll be in their ears for weeks. The thing is, I can't find the glitter anywhere. Did you take the silver glitter?
Nope.
What's this?
Nothing. Just put that away.
It's got your name on the cover in glitter.
No, it's just a gift from Monroe. Can I?
Excuse me?
There's the birthday girl.
Glitter? That'll settle in her lungs. So I wanted to ask what method of payment you prefer, cash?
I hope it's another $100.
Oh, well, looky there, glitter.
Plus the tooth fairy doesn't have to worry about vacuuming.
There was one time I put body glitter on.
Ordeal.
Ordeal. Ordeal.
Ordeal.
Ordeal.
I have read your book, Ordeal, and I still find it very hard to relate to you and to believe that you have become a changed person.
I think we can all agree that Charles has been through an ordeal. He's...
Professional opinion. How much longer is this whole ordeal gonna last?
Well, who else loves it?
Why are you being like this, Alfred?
I had a terrible ordeal today. I thought that something very precious had been lost to me.
Well, this lawsuit is going to be a protracted and time-consuming ordeal.
She's lucid. Yes, but she's also extremely weak from her ordeal, so please, I'd ask that you limit your time with her as much as possible.
Has he said anything about his ordeal? Was he able to identify any of his captors?
And that's exactly how he likes it. I only know him because of the Adler ordeal.
Have you recovered from our ordeal? Well, I got a letter this morning.
I know this has been quite an ordeal for you, but it had to happen. I hope you can understand that.
Hence.
Hence. Hence.
Hence.
Hence.
At the end of the 3rd chapter of his first novel, he had a man hanging from a cliff by his fingernails, hence the term cliffhanger.
Ellen, I know you're not used to being alone. Neither was I, hence wife number 3. Don't rush. Take some time to get yourself centered.
All that water in the ocean is almost impossible to make it drinkable, hence the stills.
Oh, yeah. I am dying over here.
He also included me in his pardon.
hence no more guards.
I haven't had a girlfriend since Nixon left office.
Oh, well, get thee hence, go forth and procreate.
Oh, yes, that's what we want. Children.
It looks like the gloves can make any car untouchable, but just once. Hence the one-take-wonder.
So your cars are crashable now?
Don't worry, I've got a plan.
Seattle is surrounded by water on 3 sides.
Hence the ferry boats. Now I have to like it here.
Girlfriend or boyfriend? Ex-wife. She said I drank too much. Hence the ex part.
Not really the response you want to hear to a marriage proposal.
Yeah, hence my call to you. The bribe of a beer. Actually, I'm between jobs, hence the want ads.
Come back.
Hence the goodbye. But before I go, could you pass something on to my grandson?
I wrote it because I think folks are sick of heroes getting everything in these classic fairy tales. Hence the radically different endings for Snow White, Prince Charming, and all the rest. Something different for a modern audience.
Inland.
Inland. Inland.
Inland.
Inland.
Beach house in the Hamptons.
Yeah, on the inland side. Yeah, on the inland side. Yeah, on the inland side. Not on the ocean side.
Have now relocated millions of civilians and supplies 300 miles inland to the safe zone.
Safe zones for the rich and powerful. What about the rest? Garcia's sure this is the spot?
The house is inland. Access from the water would be here.
Hunter, Matt Lewis, was an Iraq war vet. Not surprising they both owned guns.
Last year, Southern California's Inland Empire ranked 4th in the nation in foreclosure rates. Typically, as the economy falls, crime rates rise.
There must be a fissure in the island below the waterline for it to come that far inland.
I just hope that moving up the coast will make a difference. Make a difference if everyone moved inland.
The baby and I were together for only 1 week when I saw black smoke. A pillar of black smoke 5 kilometers inland. What are you looking at?
We have to cut inland.
What? Into the jungle?
Without going into the rumors that upset civilians in the seaports and derange the public mind even far inland, it must be said that professional seamen are
Good. Courtney, your father wants you to be safe. I know that. All right, I'm gonna have an officer take you inland in the second I hear anything. You will be the first to know. You have my word.
Flatter.
Flatter. Flatter.
Flatter.
Flatter.
You're interested. I'm flattered, flattered, flattered. When the time comes, I'll let you know. I'll share it with you.
But you went because you were curious, because you felt flattered, because you felt special.
Might be mutual.
Don't flatter yourself.
I mean, and not so unexpected, actually. I'm flattered. It's just, my heart belongs to Asher.
Oh, no, I can't let you buy me a gun.
No, Plum, don't flatter yourself. She won't sell to you. You got no permit. You're paying me back.
Yourselves, scabs. We have ever your good word. He that will give good words to thee will flatter beneath abhorring.
Money? No. No. How much?
Flatter. 7 grand.
Where? I don't have.
Fantasies.
Don't flatter yourself.
The eyes don't lie.
I'm not embarrassed.
Huh?
If anything, I'm flattered.
Guys, I'm flattered and honored.
You're welcome. Yeah, you should be.
Oh, I'm so flattered. Actually, I'm 39. The missus will back me up on that.
He's 17. Why? Seller.
Seller.
Seller. Seller. Seller.
You know the house? Where do we start?
Is the cellar still here? Is the cellar still here? Is the cellar still here?
For heating. Crystal chandeliers. You have a nice cellar. You have a nice cellar. You have a nice cellar.
Field Marshal Goering himself gave you that painting.
Tell me the truth.
I am telling the truth. I saw Mr. Garcia. He ran out of the cellar. He ran out of the cellar. He ran out of the cellar.
I could hear screams down there. Noises.
Did he say anything?
Well, he asked me to leave the cellar. It was so dark in there, he must have stumbled. Oh, Mr.
Rejection or humiliation by a parent. Gacy's father beat him for fun. Kemper's mother locked him up in a dark cellar when he reached puberty.
Rank and fashion.
Rejoice, Aiden. You find yourself in a veritable bacchanalia. His lordship keeps a very fine wine cellar.
I only dealt with the parents.
May I see the cellars?
It's this way.
I wondered if they've been raiding the wine cellar.
Oh, I'm easy to tease.
Only sometimes.
Right on time. I was digging around in the cellar. Wasn't sure whether you liked red or white, so I excavated a bottle of...
Economize. But now that you're back, we can restock the wine cellar. Let's toast.
It's very good to be... It's on a root cellar in the backyard. Come on. Root cellar? What the hell is left over from Prohibition?
Are you telling me you saw him take the cellar key?
Not exactly, but I saw him in here and I thought the key was swinging on its hook.
Boom.
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 Boom. I don't believe this.
You stole my song.
I bring the boom.
Well, tonight he's bringing the boom. The boom. The boom.
Look, we both can't have the same song.
Come on, we gotta get better.
Imagine though, boy out jogging with his daddy, having a good time. And boom, daddy dropped.
The top chain, then branch out from there. Boom, 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 mass saturation.
Jeffrey Reginald Chang, 419 Oak Street, number 2.
Oh, thank God.
And that is located 6 blocks away. And boom goes the dynamite.
Nice!
Nice!
Finally!
Pounds. It's fabricated Italian marble. That is not even the best part. The best part is right here. Boom! Black lights. Looks like a legit.
Fixing the sprinkler. I'm coming back to pick up my things and boom, it's a tree here.
Boom is a tree here.
Boom.
Contact the gallery. We let them know their book is stolen. The news hits the paper, and boom. Meanwhile, we ship off 10 copies.
I've been there for 30 years and we never even noticed it. And then you walk up and boom, you are a hair trigger. What you are. That is too funny.
It takes over.
Much, much worse. I'm sure there'll be a boom in the crack trade too.
Feel it. Feel it. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Yes, yes, yes.
Combustibles. Great. Whatever you get, just make sure it makes a loud boom.
We could blow it, but it'll make a hell of a boom. Contact, son!
Bribe.
Bribe. Bribe. Bribe.
Bribe.
What do you want? Gold? I have gold.
Jack, Egg's trying to bribe us, to bribe us, to bribe us.
With our own gold.
Come on now.
Any working mother who says she doesn't bribe her kids, can add liar to her resume.
Who wants to watch cartoons?
Are you seriously trying to bribe an officer of the law while inside a prison?
Bribery doesn't work with horses. No different than trying to bribe a kid. And all it does is make a contemptuous, spoiled horse.
I lost it because of a small formality, something about a missing dated form and a bribe. It's nothing. Oh, yes.
Saying it's not a lot of money. I'm just thinking if we were to bribe someone, I don't know, $7 grand is the
All right,
figure.
well, how much you got?
I got...
Must be removed. Edward, you must bribe someone, his fencing master, perhaps. Promise him a fortune if he kills him.
This is a bribe. Castle, you're bribing me with a latte?
No, I am not.
Contact with her again. Understood? So you flew all the way over here to bribe me. I'm gonna give you $25,000 US.
It's not a bribe. I don't think it's a good idea.
I can put down last, first, and
totally
deposit.
a bribe.
What?
You think I don't know a bribe when I see one?
Detective Floyd showed up here. Try to bribe me with a wad of cash.
Outlaw.
Outlaw.
Outlaw. Outlaw.
Outlaw.
Seashells. Outlaw. 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 Rambling Rose. Crabapple.
Hate irony. I heard America's irony-free these days.
Yes, it's been outlawed. Yes, it's been outlawed. Yes, it's been outlawed.
He's a real outlaw. Outlaw. Outlaw.
The murderous outlaws Jack and Jill have gotten their hands on magic beans.
The deprivations of vicious outlaws roving from state to state like packs of wolves amounts to an actual armed invasion of America.
There he is. The outlaw. How's it going with him? The boy's in business.
Who? Star-Lord, man. Legendary outlaw. Guys, move! Now forget this.
Self-control.
I just think outlaws don't wait in line.
Outlaws also don't refer to themselves as outlaws, just FYI.
And kills the addiction.
The side effects are brutal, which is why it's outlawed here.
You want to change? No behavior you'd want to outlaw. No terms you'd want to renegotiate. Look.
Master thief. Did our outlaw skater become an actual outlaw?
If he was a thief, then what did he steal?
One of the perks of being outlaws.
This had to happen on my shift. Couldn't wait till.
Exile.
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 I've seen worlds you've never known about. I have grown, Odin's son, in my exile, in my exile, in my exile. I have seen the true power of the Tesseract.
If they succeed, Freddy and his group will be exiled from their homeland forever.
You didn't have to exile her. To exile her. To exile her. What you did was cruel.
Oh.
We just quietly passed over, exiled out here so we wouldn't embarrass anybody.
You know what Napoleon said he missed the most when he was in exile in Elba? Pussy.
He's been on an exile tour overseas, but now he's back home and he's ready to make some noise!
I'd hoped his marriage to Blair would mean permanent exile to New York.
Expunged. Your properties will be divided among the Signoria, all male cousins will be exiled, and anyone who dares to marry a patsy woman will be disinherited.
I was rewarded for my service with exile. The list of outraged Iranian exiles is long.
Okay, and they were sentenced to exile in the desert. Okay? What?
Bubble.
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 That are too good to be true are when you see something coming.
The real estate bubble. Real estate bubble. Real estate bubble.
Housing bubble. Don't put it off. Take action immediately.
Will there be a soft land?
Thank you. You know who I am?
Come on, come bubble, come bubble, come bubble. I'm busy.
Hi, Ryan.
Hi, Laura.
Are you gonna go talk to Dad?
Yellow corn.
Thank you.
This one's bubblegum flavored, bubblegum flavored, bubblegum flavored. Oh, and cotton candy.
Lily.
Oh, well, welcome. We're all over here taking turns blowing bubbles.
Oh.
We are trapped in a bubble while the rest of the world keeps turning.
And the girls, when you're dating, holy shit. See, we missed out on the whole kind of sex tech bubble. You know what I mean? Now they got sex book and...
Yeah, ladies, gather around. Ready for a show.
Come on, baby Bubba, wait in line. Yep.
You want some of this?
I know you.
It's all right. After all the bubbles subsided, there was food underneath.
Inject my IV with an air bubble.
What are you doing?
I will have another heart attack. No one... Sparrow.
They're in the bubble. Cut off and in the dark.
I brought you some bubble bath. I know the upstairs bathroom was out of commission for a while, and
Loath.
Loath.
Loath. Loath. Loath.
We don't have to do anything. I'm loath to follow any plan you concocted. I'm like, what's wrong with you? Are you? As you know, I am loath to admit it, but we actually needed you.
Well, I have no problem admitting it.
The nurse is gone for the evening, and Isaac is loath to go to the hospital. I make an attempt to bandage him.
It was a legal arrest. The campus police, loath as I am to give them any kind of a win, did step out of their jurisdiction, but with cause.
Pretty as always. I'd have thought you loath to return after your last mission to Florence.
Loath to pass up such a resource, Piero arranged for his son to be brought under my tutelage.
Okay, but for the record, the team is made up of wimps.
Well, the team's aware of that and accepts your loathing.
I've always loathed the necessity of sleep. Like death, it puts even the most powerful men on their backs.
Everlasting.
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 Everlasting. Everlasting.
The only thing left is the everlasting power. The everlasting power. The everlasting power of the heart of a grand white wind.
May journey down the river through the sacred gates of Is and find everlasting peace, everlasting peace, everlasting peace in the bosom of Isis.
The gates of...
In one, it's a secret of alchemy. In another, everlasting life. Everlasting life. Everlasting life.
It is unforgivable. Your parents deserve to boil in hell's everlasting sulfur.
Of the old world, frozen in an everlasting nuclear winter. This is the future. This is the year 1997.
After the deadly poppy fields, you'll have to steer clear of them.
Why is that?
One good whiff and it's everlasting sleep.
Thou shalt not worship false idols in my household. Your everlasting soul hangs in the balance, not poems, your soul.
My poems are my soul.
On the ceiling, a tribute to the everlasting grace of God.
I can assure you, Your Holiness.
In the last hour, so it's either deadly or an everlasting gobstopper.
Be under our roof so that I can usher her into the warm embrace of your everlasting love.
Fit.
It's a hacker's worst nightmare. Everlasting gobstopper of firewalls.
Life. Everlasting here on earth.